water, earth, fire, air. Long ago, we recorded an episode of our podcast. Then, everything changed when the video export failed. Only the original recordings could bring back what we had lost. But when we needed the most, Skype deleted them. 100 headaches passed before I told my friends the bad news. And although they're desperate to finish the show, we agreed to re-record these episodes. But I believe it will be almost as good as the original.
Hey.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. I did not know you were going to change that part. I thought you meant you would do the original and then a different app. Sorry.
Yeah, I got that goofy idea in my head, and I was like, yeah, I'm doing it. Making the most out of a bad...
Say the line, Jarron.
Who the gosh darn heck are we?
I am Daniel Hudson, doing the JFK voice from Clone High.
I'm Nora Jones.
I'm Olivia Weeks.
I'm Joey Plyler, also doing the JFK voice from Clone High.
And I'm not a crook.
Oh my gosh. Well, I've already dated the episode. Hooray.
Okay, so I only recently found out about the JFK from Clone High meme because of Jack's film yesterday.
Really?
Blown up for some
Yeah.
reason recently.
I haven't watched Clone High, but I've been told that I should.
It came on when I was like a kid, I think.
Yeah, you know Lord and Miller, the guys who produced Spider-Verse and made the Lego movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, Clone High is what they cut their teeth on.
Oh.
Hey, cool.
Very funny.
I've heard it's like amazing, so I need to watch it.
It's pretty fun. Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys.
Immediately flips car.
Good times, but that's not the show we're talking about.
Yeah, that's a completely different show, a completely different network.
Yeah.
We're talking Avatar: The Last Airbender tonight.
Yep.
And if you're following the channel, you may have noticed it was a rather short episode that recently went up. That's because the audio for everything else is bye-bye.
There was an oopsie.
We would like to formally apologize to all 14 of our subscribers.
Sorry, Mom. I don't know if my mom subscribed.
Our conflict for the Awakening is intact, but the headband, the painted lady, and Sokka's mask are unfortunately lost.
That was a whole month ago.
But the good news is we can do some quick catch-up and bring Joey along for the ride.
Oh, hey, I wasn't on these episodes either, so.
That's true, yeah. So we can have Olivia for him as well.
Woo!
To be honest, I was
Also-
really sad when Olivia couldn't make it for that one, because talking about Iroh with abs...
Swole Iroh.
Oh, Swole Iroh got
No. Okay, moving on.
So yeah, so it'll be quick thoughts. This will probably be an even shorter episode than the one that went up, but we just want to get all that out there because this is mostly for our posterity. I want to keep the memories of Jarron and Nora finishing the show for the first time.
Yes.
Hey,
Journey.
Nora was trying to talk to me about the Ember Island players, and I was like, "You can't do that."
What did I try to talk to you about it?
She called me and she's like, "Oh, Ember Island players." She's like, "This is like what I would do if I was recapping the show." And I was like, "Shh, Nora!" I was like, "Say it."
It's actually what M. Night Shyamalan did when he recapped the show.
No, this is better.
So if they made a sequel, would Toph be played by a big muscular man?
I'd be for
Toph would be played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who they originally tried to get to play the Boulder.
Amazing.
Back in
Boulder.
2006, when he was affordable for a TV show.
But we got to talk about
AKA Corey in the house.
Yeah.
Wait, the Rock was on Cory in the House, my favorite anime. The Rock is canonically an anime character.
Okay, so yeah, we want to dive into Ember Island players, I know, but first,
Wait, The Rock was also on Wizards of Waverly Place.
No, he
It's not a
wasn't.
Disney
Yes, he
game.
was.
I don't
Remember, like, Max was in like the Make-A-Wish thing, and they like all visited him because he had like some, like he was like couldn't taste oranges or something.
Max doesn't make a wish because he couldn't taste oranges. That has to be offensive. I'm sorry. If you're
Age of the Rum.
you're not doing well.
I couldn't taste oranges once. I'm not going to talk about it.
Then you get to meet Dwayne the Rock Johnson, Jared.
Yeah, and like
Actually,
the weather girl, what's her name? Like Misty, whatever. No, is like an athlete, Misty Trainer, I think, was on there.
what?
Yeah, wild.
Misty is a Pokemon trainer.
Pokemon.
I don't know what her name was, but it was Misty.
Did they get the Cerulean gym badge?
Please leave me alone. It is
I'm Ash from Pallet Town, and I'm a famous wizard.
it has been a very long day. Like y'all don't even know.
So yeah, why don't we talk about those episodes super fast?
Okay, so the headband was basically Footloose, but Avatar,
Aangtara. That's all you need to know.
Ankara.
Yeah, the big Aangtara dance. I'm also sad we didn't have Olivia on for that originally.
Aangtara. I cannot. Honestly, I remember when that episode came on when I was a kid, and I just watched it in awe. I was like,
Yeah, and being the social butterfly, getting the Katara to dance with their training boots.
Wangfire.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So apparently, there's also a comic where Sokka continues the adventures of Wang Fire, and he like
Amazing.
fakes his death as Wang Fire and is remembered as a war hero for the Fire Nation.
Amazing.
I want
know
to
what?
read that comic so bad.
That sounds amazing for sure.
I
But
wonder which
also-
one it's in.
I'm not sure. But also, let's not forget the introduction of Flamio Hotman.
Flamio, Hotman.
yeah.
Labio, huh?
Flamio.
What was Aang's like friend that he got that from? What was his name?
Oh, Kuzan.
Yeah, Kuzan, because that's what he named himself.
What? I've been spending a lot of time on the Avatar subreddit lately, and one of my favorite posts recently was somebody was like, Aang's biggest contribution to the world, culturally, was bringing back Flamio Hotman.
Yes, I saw that.
Perfect.
That'd be like Alexander Graham Bell coming back to our times and reintroducing Ahoy Hoy to the telephone.
Oh God.
It's perfect.
Ahoy hoy.
It would be like JFK coming back and
As introducing.
ask not what your country can do for you. Marilyn Monroe.
So,
Anyway,
yeah, JFK was my favorite part of this episode. When I found out he was the teacher at the Fire Nation school, I just lost it.
Yeah. Goes on. Go back into your seat.
You'll have to stop. You'll have to stop.
All right, Nora, we got to get your thoughts on this episode.
Oh, my opinions. I really liked this one. I like how Aang gets to be his fun little self and express himself to the brainwashed little fire babies. And what is the name of the reference that they did where like they're like, I'm Aang. No, I'm Aang. Like,
I'm
they have the
Spartacus.
Spartacus.
Spartacus. I want to say Spartacus, but I didn't want to sound like an idiot. But yeah, Spartacus. I was scared I got the name wrong. But I love it when they make little references. And also rewatching it, because I rewatched it like a good person that I am. I noticed that Aang made a point that was actually very smart. He was saying if we teach them how to dance, this is the future nation of the fire. That was spoiler alert, this is the future of the Fire Nation. We need to teach them that they can be free and make their own choices. That's so smart. And he's 12. Like, he's 12 and he's thinking smarter than most grown men nowadays. And I just...
Because he's Aang, and
I
he's
know.
perfect.
But I hope that... I don't know if it will, but I hope that contributes in to the finale somehow. Maybe those kids will actually join Aang's side and vouch for him and say that the Avatar's good, guys.
Is this another prediction?
It's a hope, I think.
There's a difference.
There's
Yeah. It
There's
was
a difference.
humanizing moment, or a humanizing episode for the Fire Nation since
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like they're just people who live in the Fire Nation. They're not a bunch of imperialist evil wackos.
Yeah.
It touches on themes of like historical revisionism and stuff like that because it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
seeing.
like the fact
Yeah,
that they
like-
tried to claim that the Air Nation had an army.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Those monks.
changing
yeah.
history and all.
Also, Sokka doing Mr. and Mrs. Fire was one of the funniest things in the series. Sokka with the beard is hilarious.
Yeah.
This is my one.
Yeah.
Sapphire. Sapphire Fire. Nice to meet you.
It's like Mario.
There's three Marios. Mario, and Luigi Mario. It's three fires. Sapphire Fire and Wang Fire.
Oh. All right. Well, is that the headband
Alright,
wrapped up?
next one.
That was a good episode.
Yeah, that was a fun episode. And now we move on to the Painted Lady.
Painted. Oh, I can't believe I wasn't here for the Painted Lady because this is one of the episodes that I love Katara. Like, I love her in this episode.
This episode did not change my opinion regarding Katara. Not just yet.
What the heck?
But why?
I don't know. She's still caught on my nerves. I didn't like
She
her until the
gave
bloodbending
a whole-
episode.
She gave a what?
I've said it before. I didn't like her till the bloodbending episode.
But why?
I really did like her in one of the recent episodes we covered. And I think you know the one.
She
But
gave like a whole town hope, and she basically saved it. And you're like, I still don't like her that much.
I
All
will
it took was a
say,
little identity theft and destruction.
She gave
Oh,
hope. She didn't like
She saved
steal. She saved a whole town. You're like, identity obstruction.
Well, that's what they were the most concerned about.
Well, identity theft is a serious crime.
No,
Jim.
no, it's not. No,
Yes.
the fact that the spirit was okay with it depletes that point.
All right, fair.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, it has been a minute
Okay.
since I've seen these.
Yeah,
to
that's right.
piggyback off of what Jarron said, it's not that, like, this was a good episode, and I like Katara this episode, but it's not my favorite episode. I don't know why. I think it's because the man in the hat gets on my nerves. And I don't know why.
Okay,
I
well,
thought it was funny.
Looking. He's
The
just
guy and his
not
brothers.
there's Doc and there's Shu.
He gets on my nerve every time I watch that episode.
You know who should have been in this episode? Boomy.
Oh.
funny.
That guy
Boomy
should have
is
been
that
Boomy.
Batman. Yeah,
It's
that-
just a discount, Boomy.
Yeah, it
He's
is.
discount
discount.
Boomy.
That's why
I
I
don't
like
want store brand knockoff Boomy. I want the real thing.
Hey, Mom, can we have Boomy? We have Boomy at home. Boomy at home.
The Boomy at home. Doc and Shoe.
But he got on my nerves, and the villagers in general got on my nerves. That thing when they're like literally, she saved them from like dictator overrule. You're going to starve to death, and they're like, "How dare you wear face paint and trick us?" Like, she just like it just.
Like, did you not see that amazing sequence where she basically turned the show into a horror movie to scare off the evil factory workers?
It was amazing.
Doesn't matter because they're evil, so she can do that.
Oh, it was amazing. I'm glad she did. That was actually my favorite part of the episode, was when they all worked together to scare off the factory workers, because the way they worked together was mwah, teamwork. It
That
was
was-
so good.
That was also my favorite part of the episode when Katara realized that keeping this thing a secret is the wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this whole situation could have been resolved, I feel, a whole lot quicker, and they could have gotten back on their schedule to defeating the Fire Lord sooner. Had Katara just
Oh
been
yeah,
like,
this
hey
is
guys,
pre-invasion.
yeah,
Hey, at least she tried to do it by herself.
Yeah, I
At
mean-
least, and then at least she realized she was like, I can't, so I have to tell them.
I
like,
think
I
she.
don't hold it against her or anything.
I mean, no.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it wasn't the right way to do it, but I think she genuinely just felt like I cannot change the persuasion of the group. I have to do something to help these people. Because, like, literally, Sokka was like, I love Sokka. I love him with my whole heart. But he was like, sorry,
That's
not
singing
sorry.
a different
I
tune from the first
blast.
episode.
Sorry, you're starving, guys. We got a blast. Gotta go.
Yeah, only Appa pretending to be sick so he can catch some Z's is what kept them alive.
Oh. Does not get that Appa had to be sick enraged me.
Uh-oh.
This was right
Daniel
after
said
Appa's
the
lost
A
days, and
word.
then he has to be sick. But it's okay. We talked about this briefly before. Appa got rest from being fake sick, so that's good, and he got to eat berries, so that's good. But the fact that they even had to show it as that he got sick upsets. He should have been the painted lady. Appa should have been the painted lady. Oh my gosh. We could have made Appa fly.
Honestly, I feel like you're just gonna
It would've
start
been so
just
good.
this,
Appa flies.
this
Don't
mass
get her going.
where
Can we
every episode
read
is
you-
just, but it's actually Appa.
Yeah, can we read you?
It was I, Appa.
actually where Appa is like the center point and is doing everything? Because I mean, once again, he does
Episode
carry the whole
1,
show.
the flying
So,
bison.
It
ice
just sounds like an Appa fan fiction with extra steps.
Yeah.
Nora, you know you can write the big adventures of Appa. You can just write it yourself.
Yes. I'll be producing it next June.
So, if Appa was standing in as the spirit, would that have made it an apparition?
That's
Oh, wait,
unironically great.
this is why we need him
An
on the
apparition,
podcast. Okay.
But yeah, so like my final thoughts as far as it, like, not a bad episode, just not one of the stronger of book 3 in my opinion.
Yeah, because book 3 is like consistently A to F tier.
Yeah,
But sometimes you gotta have a B tier, like this one.
yeah, I mean, it's not bad, definitely not bad.
This one's not
No,
B
but-
tier. It's actually A tier, but it's funny you think that.
No,
Olivia
I
is my
kinda-
favorite Katara apologist.
I kind of have to agree. This isn't my favorite either, just because it seemed rather filler. But
Like in any other season, it would have stood out probably a little bit more. But with so much else going on in the season, it's like I want to, like, I'm with Sokka. I want to get back to the invasion.
true.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
But anyway, that's just
Speaking
me.
of Sokka, it's his episode next.
Yes.
Yeah,
My
favorite
boy.
character.
He has come such a long way.
Why do you hate this episode, Olivia?
I don't like Sokka, so this whole episode is boring
But
to
you
me.
do
Wait,
Full
wait. You
Swole
don't like
arrow.
it at all?
No, I've hated Sokka since I was very little.
I mean,
Why? You've never said this. We've
He's
been doing this
very-
for months.
He's
I mean,
very
you're entitled
annoying.
to your opinion.
He's very annoying, and even though he gets better throughout the series, he's still annoying.
Wow. I mean, yeah, like pop off sis, but like we're recording the finale next. Like
Yeah, I'm just surprised this is just now coming
yeah,
up.
like, how is
Well,
it
like I
just
didn't want
now
to say it
coming out?
earlier, cause if I said it earlier, I try to give him the benefit of the doubt. But now that we're at his episode, I can barely watch it. Like I just hate him so much.
But Swole Arrow.
Wow, I had no
Awful
idea.
strong. Wow. That's an awful strong.
And you get on to
sentiment.
me for vaguely disliking Katara. And so
Yes, because there's no reason to dislike Katara, but
Oh.
there's reasons to dislike Sokka.
That's what makes him an engaging character, is that he grows.
Yeah, but he doesn't. He grows from being like sexist and all, but he never grows from being annoying.
I did not like him.
He's constantly annoying. He never has an episode where he's not annoying.
But that's kind of the point.
Exactly, which is why I don't like him.
Hey, don't
And-
invalidate her opinion. It's her opinion. I personally think Sokka's amazing. But
Yeah, Sokka has become one of my favorites, honestly.
There are redeeming qualities, which is why I try to give him the benefit of the doubt. Because yes, he's very smart, and yes, he grows from not being able to bend into this master swordsman. But I just don't like him. He's just so annoying. I just don't like his character.
Well, that's definitely an
That's a take.
opinion.
I do try and tolerate him though, because I've kept
mean-
him that long.
You feel what you feel, and that's fine. Anyway, the rest of the episode. So,
Yeah. This episode starts with a meteor strike causing
Yeah.
a wildfire, and everybody helps except Sokka.
I know they can't see me, but I'm glowing. I look like the painted lady in this light.
What's that noise?
I don't know.
Is it not my fan?
I think it is your fan.
I'm gonna change my lighting.
We can't see you, you know.
I know, but I'm gonna be laughing the whole time if I don't.
Alright, let's keep going.
Sorry.
So yeah,
Meteor.
yeah. So the meteor strike happens, and Sokka decides, or starts to really feel down on himself because he feels like he can't contribute to the group the way that people with superpowers can. And that's when we go shopping to cheer him up. And, Olivia, I know you must love this moment, the moment with Aang in the armor.
Oh, and we discussed that was a ploy by the executives.
Yeah. So the executives of this show really wanted to sell an action figure of Aang in armor, and
I would have bought it.
well, the creators were like, "There's no reason for Aang to wear armor. He's a monk and he's an innocent little boy." And they were like, "No, do it somehow." So they were
And
like,
he's the
"Okay."
avatar. None of
got
the
to have
other avatars
money.
except like Kyoshi wore
So-
armor.
Yeah, so they put him in this godforsaken gear that he can't even stand up in as a joke. Just as a middle finger to the executives suggested that.
That's so funny. Like, that's
Perfect.
so funny.
coming to a retailer near
I would have
near
bought
you.
it though.
I would have
You
bought
would.
it too, to be honest.
If they would have like released something like that, I would have been like, give it to me.
And I think the creators would have been proud to have that.
It would have made so much
beautiful.
money. But
So
anyway,
fantastic.
Sokka learns that there's a master swordsman nearby who isn't too fond on training people, but Sokka shows his humbleness when he goes to ask for help.
Despite that,
The swordmaster, Pion Dao, decides, okay, I'm going to give you a crash course in getting your ass whooped.
Mm-hmm.
And he does that.
Well, the butler does it.
Yeah.
Sokka's not even good enough to fight Pion Dao for most of the episode. The butler just beats him up.
I
yeah.
will say, I do like Sokka's meteor sword.
It's pretty sweet.
It's
That's
very
so
cool.
cool. He's like,
I think
let
that's
me
it.
go use the sword that inspired me to make this. I mean, not sword. The whatever it is, the thing that
Meteor.
caused me.
The meteor?
Yeah,
And
that.
and
I
that.
think,
this
I
the
think we
space
brought it
sword.
originally is just the thing at the start of the episode that points out his weaknesses to him
Mhm.
becomes the thing that becomes his new strength.
That's what
And
I
that's a
was
really
going
cool
to
trick.
say.
Right?
It's also emblematic of the entire theme of this episode. You know, Sokka's discovering what he brings to the group, and what he brings to the group is his creativity and his outside the box thinking. Because of
Mhm.
in each of the trials with Pian Dao, Sokka's solution to each trial is always a little different or a little bit more creative than what you would typically expect. of that trial, and him wanting to make a sword out of a meteorite is like the icing, or like the cherry on top of the cake.
Yeah, it's very true, but it's very sad to see, especially like in children's cartoons, how Sokka, as this character, views his strengths as his weaknesses. I think that's so sad. And I mean, it's true for most people. Most people don't recognize that the things that make them different are things that make them stronger. But it's just really sad, and it's really the main theme of this episode, and honestly, a big part of his character. But he's just so talented. He needs to embrace himself.
And he does by the end of the episode.
He's
Yeah,
more
the
than a
creativity
comedic relief.
is put to the test. Because after he can't accept the sword combat and reveals he's been lying the whole time, we get a big old sword fight.
Woo!
This fight is one of my favorite fights. I really like it. I
Yeah.
like how
Yeah.
he talks him through it
Not
and
a
that he
single-
guides him.
Not a single shot of bending, and they prove that they can do traditional action better than most anyone else. This show's
We
just.
Go ahead, Daniel. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say the show's too good.
Oh yeah, and we also
Good.
we also get a crash course in why the comic relief character is important in any fantasy adventure.
Go.
With our little cutaways back to the group while Sokka's not there.
Yeah. You gotta have, your Merry and Pippin, your R2 and 3PO, Sokka, Ron Weasley.
Ron Weasley. I love Ron Weasley.
Yeah. And then meanwhile, all of this is happening, and Iroh's just getting swollen jail.
Getting
Oh.
swole.
He's so large. They did put Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Absolute unit.
It's just Iroh. Iroh is.
I'm in awe at the size of this lad.
Oh my gosh. And I think we talked about this in the last recording, but it still mystifies me that these 100-year-old men are like,
He's not.
let me go get ripped. Well, Boomy is, and Boomy's huge.
Iroh's not.
No,
100
Iroh's not.
years-
Iroh's not, but Boomy
Iroh's
is.
not even close to
Oh
100
my gosh,
years old.
Iroh is not, but Boomy is. Boomy is 100 and he is ripped. And Iroh is like 60. I don't know. He's old. He's 60. 60-year-old men don't look like that. 60-year-old men do not look like that. But he's huge.
Yes,
Uh,
some of them do, but okay.
Some do, yeah.
How?
It's bringing in that trope from anime
60's
where you have
not
the
that
awesome old man character.
Yeah.
He's like huge. Like he's not just like muscle. Like he's huge. Like he's huge.
Nora. Okay.
Most 60-year-old men do not look like that. What 60-year-old man?
Some do.
Your
Actor-
60-year-old man. does
Actor
not
J.K.
resemble-
Simmons got like super jacked.
But you're average, not movie star or anything like that.
He's not average though.
But he
Can
was
we
in a
move
jail
on?
cell. He was in a
I
jail
know.
cell.
He was in a jail.
He
He
didn't have a
exercised
trainer.
every
He
single day.
He didn't have a trainer. He didn't have anything like that. He is an old man, and he turned himself into a 20-story looking building. That's insane.
While fooling all of the guards. All right.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
think-
Iroh is built like a brick house. Let's finish this discussion.
well, I think that was about finished.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
about it. That was it.
All right.